2 of September of the Daily Grind. I'm your host, 30NSG, and on today's show, or this morning's show, we're going to talk about Borderlands 4 roadmap and all future content, free and paid DLCs, new mission bosses, legendaries, and events. We're going to talk about new Left 4 Dead coded shooter is coming from the game's creator. We're going to talk about Helldivers 2 patch 01004.000. Makes it into the Unjust update live, adds new Terminid enemies, and lots more. And then we're also going to talk about, if we have time, we're going to go watch a Young Yaz video of Metal Gear Solid Delta Collector's Edition is a $200 disgrace. So we'll watch that as well. And anything else that comes out on the show. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Travis. What's going on? Eclipse, Aku. Who am I missing here? Waterbear, good morning. Roic, good morning. Altern, good morning. Salty, good morning. What's going on, man? And I think that's it for everyone right now. I'll say good morning to you as you come in. Right now, Helldivers has the update, is live. I was watching some people play it earlier. It looks good. It changes up the dynamic of the game because you're going to be, what's going on, Dustin? It's going to be basically changing your strategy and how you work stuff because you're in K's close quarters. So the weapon, the eruptor I was using, I don't know if I could use that right now. You also got to make sure that you have a flashlight on your weapon because it's pretty dark inside those caves and whatnot. One thing I actually want to bring up right off the bat, which is not one of the main news stories here, but, you know, I don't mind buying games. I don't mind buying games, okay? But because I played over 100 hours of this game already. Which is Roadcraft, okay? Roadcraft and many other games are coming over to Game Pass, and this is it, right? This is the mentality of if I want a game, I'm going to buy the game. But now this is just another type of thing where I'm like, could have waited. I knew it was coming to Game Pass. But I was like, you know what? I want to get it day one because I like snow runners. I was a little disappointed in Expeditions. I like mud runners, right? Roadcraft, but here it is, Roadcraft Game Pass. Silk Song's coming to Game Pass. So a lot of games that you're like, it'll come to Game Pass. People are like, nah, it's not coming to Game Pass. And it comes to Game Pass. This is the future. More companies are going to take that upfront money from the companies, or take the upfront money shortly after the game comes out, because let's be honest, Roadcraft is a niche community, okay, or I should say player base, not community. And they made the money up front, and they're like, you know what? Let's get other people to come in and get the original game for free. And Roadcraft has lots of season pass, lots of DLC type of stuff. So there you go. So if you wanted to play Roadcraft, and now if we play Roadcraft on stream, I know you guys have it because it's on Game Pass. So we can have more people come in and play it. No excuses. What's going on, Mo? See, I said Game Pass 3 times. Mo pops in. It's amazing. Amazing. You say Game Pass, and Mo's like, hold on, honey. 30's calling me. And he runs to the computer or his phone, and then he gets on. Good morning. It's always... It's weird how that works. It's like the bat phone. It really is. It's like if we need to ever ask Mo a question, try this out in public, okay? Try to do it in public. Like you're in the store somewhere and you're like, man, I have a question for Mo. Game Pass, and boom, he'll text you through Discord. He'll know. What's going on, Kylo? All right, so let's talk about Helldivers first, because it's out right now. So Helldivers 2 patch 01.004.000. Oh, you know what? I want to check something out real fast. Did they complete the mission this morning? They did. I think they did. Yeah, they got it done. They got it done. Or did they? Which one were we? We were on oh no, I don't know if we did. Oh boy. Oh, we got it done, right? We got the war bonds done. Because this morning, guys, do you see the Steam UK? They're gonna have to use your ID to play a game. Bye Steam. That's crazy. I watched. Oh no, it's Alex's video this morning, Kylo, about it. Let me take this off the screen because we'll jump into this a little bit, right? It's freaking crazy to me. And again, we do analogies like this all the time. Like if I don't care if there's a fire going on outside because it's not affecting me, right? But then when the fire gets close, everyone's like, help me, and my house is about to burn type of thing. And that's exactly what's happening with Steam, right? What was that group, the Collective, whatever it was in Australia? They came out against one type of game, which was like Funari or, adult type of games. And everyone's like, oh, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. They're only touching those adult game type of stuff. And here we are. Now it's M-rated games, which is mature-rated games, which means it would be like a Grand Theft Auto 6 or anything like that, right? Anything with an M-rated in it, now you have to show ID. And we go back to let parents be parents, okay? And stop trying to tell me what I can't or can't buy. Someone that's on Steam for 10 years, 15 years, obviously if they were 10 years old when they had an account, now they're 25, okay? Those are adults. So if you see the Steam account and it's over the age of 18, those people shouldn't need to show an ID of any sort because they've been on the platform for so long. Their user account is an adult now at that point, okay? Payment processors should have no say in what we buy with our money. It's your money. You spend how you want to spend your money. No judging here. If you want to get porn, if you want to get mature games, if you want whatever it is, that's your business. It's not the provider. It's not the processor, the payment processor on what you pay. It's not other people's business from another fucking country what I buy with my money in my country, okay? So the UK, they're going down a bad path right now. Bad path, right? People get silenced because they write something on a social media site. They're being ID'd through what they can buy. You guys are in a bad place over there. Let's see here. Windows says 30 for a new player in Helldivers 2 on PC, starting completely new. What's the best way to go about the game to level up and get items, etc.? So there's a couple different ways. Everything in Helldivers, there's all different types of currency, right? There is the war bonds, which are the medals. I'm sorry. There's the war bonds, which are the first one's free, and then everything after that is paid for by $10, which is super credits, or you purchase, or the last one is 1,500 for the ODST, okay, which is the super credits that you use for that. You can get the super credits inside the game itself, okay? If you really farm it, you can average anywhere between 250 to 500 credits an hour if you're really looking for super credits, if that's the way you do, okay? So if you want to get the war bonds without spending extra money, okay, then just go to Trivial, which is the least effort whatsoever, okay, and just run around and get points of interest, okay? Because you're a new person, you're going to have a little problems because sometimes there's like these vaults that you need to get through, which you don't have the teleporter to get through, but you need a buddy to open up the door. So you'll miss out on that, so that might lower the amount of money, super credits you can make. But for the most part, super credits, medals, or elements of the samples, the early samples, which is the green ones, the common samples, you can get that all in the Trivial. There's no reason to go up to tier 2 or tier 3 to do it because more harder enemies come in. So if you just want to farm super credits, do Trivial. Pick a desert biome, which is usually in the bug area, okay, like the dunes or something like that, and then just run around and get all that material, and then extract. And if you don't care about extracting because they get you XP and stuff like that, and you just want the super credits, get the super credits, and then go back to the ship. Just quit. And then rinse and repeat, do it again. It's not a glitch. It's the way they want you to do it. If you're playing in the game, that's the way you can do it. Now, if you want to get the actual gear, you need to get requisites. Requisites are also, when you're doing the farming method, okay, you'll get medals, you'll get requisites, you'll get common samples, you'll do all of this, extract, you get XP. XP unlocks different levels, okay? Super credits unlock the war bonds. The medals buy the things in the war bonds. The common samples unlock all the stuff inside of your ship for stratagems and stuff like that. The requisites are for stratagems, and then the samples are to upgrade your ship and stuff like that. So I recommend just going to trivial and then running around for like 2-3 hours to get enough of credits so you can get yourself a war bond if you don't want to buy it. So there's a 3.5 minute rant of how to get super credits and whatnot. Let's see here. Salty, where was that? Salty said something up here. Oh, the country's in a ditch right now. Yeah, they're in bad place right now, man. Waterbear says, take your time and focus on objectives. Basically, just farm the easier areas until you're ready to move on. Right. That's it. You can find a person on level 100 up on level 3 area, Desert Day, doing farm. Yeah, there's always people, Bat. There's always people that are always on there. Robert Jones. What's going on, Robert? Backwards hat Mike means business. That's right. I mean business. All right, so let's go to the update here. Helldivers 2 patch 01004000 makes it into the Unjust update live, adds new Terminid enemies, and lots more. So here's the official blurb. For too long, we've waited to watch the gloom expand and swallow more innocent star systems for too long that we've let the Terminids wreak havoc on the colonies and the cities of our home. And the Terminids have also pushed into the territory for long enough. And now with the recruits trained and ready in time to push into the unknown territory into Unjust. Oh, do they have a deep dive here? They have a deep dive? This is the one that came out a couple days. Oh, we've seen this. This is them talking about it. The headline edition here is the Hive Worlds, which are randomly generated giant cave systems packed with horrible Terminids. The Hive Worlds offer new technical challenges. Arrowhead said, complete with disgusting flora and fauna and advanced Terminid life. Holes in the cave roof will allow stratagems to be called down, and destructible walls within the caves let players navigate. Bring a flashlight, Arrowhead recommended. New enemies include a wonderfully named Rapture Spewer, okay, Rapture Warrior and Rapture Charger. Okay. Elsewhere, there's also balance passes that will fix for crashes into the Unjust follows the release of Helldivers 2 on Xbox Series X, S, and the wholesome community action that came along with it. It's a bumper time for Helldivers 2 with a boosted player count, positive player sentiment, and also a now cool new ways to play. So here are the patch notes. This is what happens inside the game here. The Hive Worlds randomly generated giant cave system, a new technical challenge. Or tactical challenge, sorry. Discovered disgusting flora, fauna, and advancements in Terminid life. Hive World surface, acid lakes, and advanced bug spires. Holes in the cave roof will allow stratagems to be called down. Destructible walls within the cave to navigate and bring a flashlight. Missions is delve deep into the cave to destroy a spore lung that stops an infection gloom spread. Take control of the Gatter mobile oil rig. Okay, mysteriously substance from the surface of the Hive Worlds. Undertake more missions to extract resources and destroy the enemy threat within the Hive Worlds. And have Super Earth approved levels of fun. There you go. New enemies. The Spewer, the foul Spewer, bursts from the ground only to spew undemocratic, okay, to innocence upon returning to the Dark Warrens. So it pops out of the ground, shoots at you, digs back into the ground. It's believed to consume its own dead in order to generate more of the corrosive acid. So the more you kill, the more it consumes and the more it spit at you. Okay. Then there's a new warrior. The product of the gloom introduces a mutation of the warrior lost in UV and it's got chitin layers of also protecting its inner organs from solar radiation damage. Captured specimens prefer burrowing to the open air movement pattern. Okay, so there you go. And then you have the Charger. Now the Charger's the big guy with the hard shell that comes charging at you, hence the Charger. When this armor beast senses the presence of a liberator, he buries himself underground to escape the light. Its Charger instincts compel the tunnel through the ground at high speeds, emerge only to attack those who represent. So now you're dealing with the Charger not just above ground, but you're also dealing with it under the ground as it charges you. And then you have the Dragon Roach, which is an oversized fort of a free skies everywhere, circles its would-be prey, swooping down intermittently and spews air combustible acid. Spineless tactic benefiting. That's crazy. So you got flying beasts. You got balancing going on. Orbital smoke. Increased projectile from 0 to 300, so they buffed it. Increased projectile AP from 0 to 7. And increased projectile demolition strength from 30 to 50. So there's the orbital smoke got a buff. The orbital EMS also got a buff for increased projectile damage from 250 to 300. Increased projectile AP from 3 to 7. And increased projectile demolition strength from 30 to 50. So the orbital EMS also got a buff. Unified stun explosion work. They're also applied as stun effects on explosions and not only on the status effect volume, the effects, the orbital EMS and the mortar EMS. They changed how stun explosions work. If they also initially stagger the enemy and they stun, but also without ragdolling the player if we hit such an explosion. Throwables, stun grenades increase stagger from 0 to 50. Urchin decreased stagger impulse from 15 to 0. So that's a nerf there. Stratagems, orbital EMS increased stagger strength from 10 to 50. Decreased stagger impulse from 40 to 0. Mortar EMS increased stagger strength from 10 to 50 and decreased stagger impulse from 40 to 0. Booster stun Hellpod increased stagger strength from 10 to 50 and decreased stagger impulse from 20 to 0. They fixed a bunch of stuff, crash fixes and soft locks, weapons and stratagem fixes across the board, enemies, and a couple missions. So there you go. So that's all what's happening. It looks fun. It looks like a blast. We'll be playing that this evening on stream. So if anybody wants to play, come on out tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll play some Helldivers expansion there this evening. Let's see. Bat says the level area of Terminid now is level 50 max. Morning, Wonder Rose. Let's see. Water Bear says, if you guys are on tonight, I'll probably hop in with you guys. Yeah, we'll be on tonight, 8 p.m. I don't know if you want to use the Rover backpack inside the cave system. It's going to be really tight quarters. And the fucking Rover, man, if anyone's behind you or in front of you with that Rover, it shoots your own guys. Salty says, state of play tomorrow for Bond, 30 minutes of gameplay. All right, we'll check that out. What time? Do you know what time that is at, Salty? Clip says, hey, that's almost the size of the Outlaws patch notes. A year later, huh? I mean, I guess one's a live service game and one isn't. So the Pulse Rover will attack bugs when you don't want it to, and when you're trying to sneak by. I'm in the tunnels right now, running for my life. Yeah, I was watching a couple people play it. It's very tight. It's very chaotic. It looks a lot of fun. Sarge last night, I was like, you're a robot. He's like, it didn't kill you. I'm like, it doesn't need to kill me. It's shooting me. It's damaging me. I'm like, I hate it. Solo runs, okay? Solo runs, if you're running with the robot, all day long. Pick a robot, pick the guard dog, run around solo build. It's fantastic, okay? You got a little buddy with you. It's like that companion with you. But if you're running with somebody, get that shit off, man. Because if you're running, if you're in a 4-man squad and you're running all separate directions, cool. But if you're running with somebody, it's like because anyone gets close to you, the robot's shooting at the little guys, and the little guys get up close to you. Okay, it's like the mortar or anything else. The mortar shoots awesome far away, but the mortar doesn't distinct if the thing's next to you or not. It's like detects bug, starts the mortar. So if the bugs are close to you or the robots are close to you, the mortar is going to pound them, and you're going to die because it doesn't care that you're in the way. It's doing its job. The robot, the rover, the dog, whatever you want to call it, is doing its job. And if you're in the way, it will shoot through you and murder you. 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. So we'll have to talk about it. If it's tomorrow, so Thursday morning, we'll talk about it. All right. So we go from that to the next story, which is the new Left 4 Dead coded shooter is coming from the game's creator. Speaking of, you know what? It just hit me. I don't know why. Right? I think the last co-op game like Helldivers that's it. It's captured that moment for me. The Left 4 Dead, the original Left 4 Dead when it came out, is what Helldivers reminds me of. I think I've said this before when I played it last year, right? Not that it just reminded me again, okay? Like, Left 4 Dead was that fun co-op PvE game that was just a fucking blast to play. And you were extracting. Hordes and extracting. It's like the best game mechanic that you could actually have, and there was different things that you had to do while you were doing it through the different things, and it made it like a movie. So you were the protagonist in your own movie of a Left 4 Dead, right? Like you're in the movie and you're trying to escape, and every time is different. Every single time is different. Can all 4 of you escape or whatnot? It was so freaking good, and that is why Helldivers to me is so good. It's that captures that 4-player co-op that's just crazy. Unscripted, unscripted. You know what I mean? Like every time you play, it's completely different. All right. So I loved Left 4 Dead back in the day. Loved Left 4 Dead 2. And I was kind of mad when they didn't make Left 4 Dead 3, but Valve doesn't make 3s. Okay. Then they made Back 4 Blood. And you guys heard me when I talked about Back 4 Blood when we played it. Me and Sarge played it. We played it a couple times. I didn't hate it. I liked it. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great. It was missing something. And what was missing was Left 4 Dead was just so simple. It was pick a character, drop you in, pick up the weapons, and then do your thing. Right? Back 4 Blood took the stuff and was like, oh, you used to run at 100 speed, but now we're taking that down to 50%. And you have to get a card to make you run at 60% or 70%. This gun does this much damage, but now you have to have a card, and then that gun will do 20% more damage. And they gamified, if that makes sense, they gamified a game that was just kind of like perfect. Now, I understand why they did what they did, because they couldn't do Left 4 Dead, so they had to make a separate game, Back 4 Blood, and they couldn't make it exactly like Left 4 Dead because Valve owns the rights to that, and the company that made Left 4 Dead now made Back 4 Blood. And I get why they did it, but I hate when they gamify stuff like that, right? So, Left 4 Dead, fantastic. Let's read on here. If you guys like what I do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon Eastern. We just cover news stories, have conversations. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. That's how I keep going here. So the memberships, super chats, and stuff like that, I appreciate you. Hit that like button, share it. So, all right. So new Left 4 Dead coded shooter is coming from the game creator. Mike Booth, the creator of Left 4 Dead, has emerged on social media to reveal his piecing together all new 4-player co-op operative shooter that is built on the foundation of what made Left 4 Dead special. When we said the other day, I said clones are going to come out. Now, obviously, Helldivers is like a clone of Left 4 Dead, right? Sort of like Deep Rock Galactic, right? It's that co-op experience. I said more games are going to come out in the next couple of years. here's the same thing, a different spin on what Helldivers is doing right now. They're like, hey, we're coming back. We're going to be doing something that made Left 4 Dead special. Okay. He promoted the application process, inviting prospective fans to jump on into the project as playtesters, giving the indication of how far along the game development is. Booth boasted a story tenure of the games industry, but he's also currently a Bad Robots game, which also links to J.J. Abrams, best known for his work in the film and television industry. He says, teamwork, tension, and replayability. That is Helldivers, right? That is Left 4 Dead. That is the perfect thing, right? Did Helldivers complete the order? I think they did, Sarge. I tried to look it up, but it's already gone. So I have to go in game and look it up. All right. In a post of Left 4 Dead 2 Reddit channel, Mike Booth surfaced to promote his new game, but didn't drop a title or any graphics. He wrote, I'm Mike Booth, creator of Left 4 Dead, and I'm excited to share with you I'm working on a brand new project, a 4-player co-op shooter built on the foundation of what made Left 4 Dead special. If you enjoyed teamwork, tension, and replayability on my past games, you'll probably find this one interesting and expand the co-op formula in ways I've wanted to explore for a long time. We're still in early stages of development, but we're also opening up the play test to limit the number of players, and if you're interested in joining us on the next adventure and helping shape the game early on, we'd love to have you involved. I would love to be in something like this involved, but you know what? I'll let other people deal with that. I'll wait for it to come out, and then I'll enjoy it when it comes out, right? The comment section exploded with excitement as users realized that he'd also be a spiritual successor of the franchise that also effectively died death in 2009 when Left 4 Dead 2 was released, and promptly marked the end of the series. In 2021, Back 4 Blood was released by Turtle Rock Studios, but despite being marketed as a twisted successor of Left 4 Dead, it fell flat on its face relatively quickly. And again, is because they gamified what made the first game so special. Left 4 Dead was just simplistic but fun, right? Think about it. You start, you have a pistol, SMG, assault rifle, very little, like, there wasn't a shotgun, right? And you had to find it. So you're in this thing, you're in the world, you found the gun, and you find better weapons as you go, at checkpoints and different things. You fight different classifications of bad guys. It was so good. Simplistic at its form, right? Again, we always go back to this, right? The example of a controller. Simplistic in its form. It's just easy to use with one, right? There's not these layers and layers and layers of complicated things just to be complicated. And that's the difference between Back 4 Blood and Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead, simplistic, fun, easy access, quick matches. It's just a blast. Back 4 Blood, making things complicated on purpose. Oh, you can't run. Oh, you only can hold this many things. Oh, this is the thing that you can do. And if you want this better, you have to upgrade and you have to grind and you have to buy it in the store. And just stop. Stop. I just want to play the game. Right? It didn't matter what character you were. There wasn't different perks for the different characters. It was just pick up a weapon and run through the match. See if you can survive. Okay? Coincidentally, Mike Booth was also working at Turtle Rock more than a decade ago before leaving for Blizzard. That post eventually fell through, and Booth confirmed on social media that his project wasn't good fit for Blizzard. Thank God for that, right? He says, there's definitely room for another Left 4 Dead coded game, but will Mike Booth deliver from his position at Bad Robot? And worth of stressing that no point does Booth mention zombies, but you never know. Okay? I wonder, because he's at Bad Robot, and is this the same? This is Bad Robot, J.J. Abrams. Did it say up here? Let me see something. Is this, or are they just making fun of it? Back 4 Blood, Turtle Rock. He says something about J.J. Yeah, okay. Booth boasts a story tenure in the games industry, but he's also currently at Bad Robot Games. Links to J.J. Abrams, best known for. Okay. So I wonder, because he's at Bad Robot Games, which is owned by J.J. Abrams, which has IPs licensed to him, if they're doing something with either a film or television series that they have that they're making in collaboration with them that they could make. Now, I gotta do some little research here. Let me see if we can speculate something here a little bit. Okay. Let me see if I can speculate a little bit. Bad Robot Film, Bad Robot Studios. Was it owned IPs? Let's see. They got Cloverfield franchise, Spyjinx with Epic Games, the game called Duskers. Okay, called Duskers. However, so many of the projects include popular series like Lost, Alias, Westworld, Star Trek films. They're also produced as third-party IPs, companies like Disney, Warner Brothers, and Paramount. What else do they own? Mission Impossible, owned by Paramount, but they worked with them. Nothing, no IP that I can see that they can make into. I mean, obviously, off the top of my head, I don't know a lot of these things. Could they make a 4-player co-op of Spyjinx? I don't know what that is, or a Cloverfield franchise type of thing. But I'm trying to look around as maybe get some hints or clues of what they could do since he's working with a thing. But who knows, right? It would be interesting if he just comes out with a nice 4-player co-op simplistic game where you don't have to worry about, like, I'm okay with the business model of Helldivers. I am. I think it's very fair. Okay, if you want to spend the money to get the product early, you still have to play the game. Like, you buy the war bond, but you still have to play the game to unlock the war bond. You can't just buy the things in the thing. You know what I'm saying? So you can buy the war bond for $10, or you can grind the game to earn the credits to buy the thing for $10. Either way, you got to play the game to earn the stuff in the thing. You're just paying real money to access it so you can start getting the war bonds early, or grind the game to unlock the war bonds and then still grind the game to get the stuff. So it's the same. Just you're spending money up front instead of waiting to get the money. I like the business model. You get the credits inside the game. You play the game. It's a $40 game. I think regardless of what Nintendo's doing and PlayStation, $80 games is a small, minute thing right now. Big, medium point that people love right now is the $40 to $50 price tag. Lots of those games are selling very well. We're talking 8, 10, 12 million copies. If you're talking about Pal World, if you're talking about Helldivers, if you're talking about Expedition 33, right? There's a lot of games that are in that price range that are selling very well. So, which is good, because it's showing the companies that that's the sweet spot, and we'll see what happens going forward. Obviously, they're still going to pay the $80, $90 because there are people out there that will pay that up front. Even though you can wait 3 months, right? Like, when did Roadcraft come out? April? May? And here we are 3-4 months later, and now Roadcraft is on Game Pass, right? So let me know what you guys think. Right? Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that they could capture that moment again? They can capture that Left 4 Dead. Now, obviously, Mike Booth, I don't think is making Left 4 Dead 3, but he's trying to capture that new Left 4 Dead, or the old Left 4 Dead recipe in the new model, which I think still works. Right? I think it still works because you have Deep Rock Galactic, 4-player co-op, nice little adventure you can go on. You have Helldivers 2, which is the exact same thing, simplistic in nature, drop in, shoot some things, extract, right? Deep Rock Galactic, drop in, farm some things, shoot some things, extract. Left 4 Dead, drop in, find some stuff, shoot some stuff, extract. Those types of games, very simplistic in form and yet very successful in all 3 renditions. All 3 renditions, Left 4 Dead, Deep Rock Galactic, and Helldivers all work. Let me know what you guys think is going to come out. Do you think it's a IP that we know? Do you think it's a brand new IP that we don't know? And the reason I say IP that we know is because Bad Robot's involved. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the live stream. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Let's see here. Salty says, if you enjoyed horde shooters mixed with vehicle and co-op aspect, that'll scratch your itch. Was that a Toxic Avenger? I gotta see more of that. We saw gameplay footage last year. Did they come out with new ones? I know you said something, Travis. I don't know if they came out with new content or new video besides trailers, like CGI shit. Roic says complicated doesn't mean deep gameplay. But they do. They think that, Roic, right? They're like, hey, you used to be able to run at 80% speed, but now we're going to make a car that takes 40% away and that gives you your 40% back. It's like, that's not a game mechanic. You're just making it harder for me to do something. Salty says, so John Carpenter has Toxic Commando coming out now. Left 4 Dead dev says, let's make another one. Well, we don't know if it's zombies. Eclipse says, Cloverfield Left 4 Dead. I'm sold. Maybe, right? So I'm thinking, Eclipse. It could be Cloverfield. iRobot greater than Bad Robot. Salty says the same J.J. Abrams that fucked up Star Trek and has never made a movie since. Well, he also fucked up Star Wars. Don't forget that. He fucked up Star Trek and Star Wars. Oh, you got it. Plus Star Wars. There you go. Ron Slusher says, hear me out. Hear me out. Cloverfield Battle Royale. Let's just let Tim have this one, okay? Ron, let Tim have a Battle Royale in the next Cloverfield game. Salty says, Tim, we'll be excited for that, Ron. Yeah. StarCraft Horde mode, or Horde game. Toxic Commando Avengers is the new one. Let's see. Salty says, I'm more looking forward to this Halloween game, but Toxic is as solid as a Left 4 Dead clone with the new mechanics to make it fresh. Do we have new gameplay footage? Do we have new gameplay footage of Toxic Commando? I tagged you in the latest Toxic Commando gameplay. Thank you. Thank you.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name.
Considering it was revealed to the world with a trailer that featured 4 zombie-blasting soldiers singing along to Bon Jovi's You Give Love a Bad Name, I expected John Carpenter's Toxic Commando to be much funnier than it is. Inspired in equal measure by the supernatural horror and buddy action movies of the 1980s, it is big and dumb and goofy, yet never as batshit bananas as you'd expect for a game that's quite literally about fighting an entity called the Sludge God. But while it may not be that funny, it is fun. You may have already forgotten about that 2023 reveal trailer, but after playing 3 hours of its co-op missions, I don't think Toxic Commando is going to fade into the background thanks to its surprisingly solid Left 4 Dead-alike antics.
Here's the thing, right? I get what we just talked about, right? You played it? Here's the thing. I just said that the Left 4 Dead recipe is very good, and Deep Rock Galactic does it, and Helldivers does it. But we don't compare Deep Rock Galactic to Left 4 Dead, and we don't compare Helldivers to Left 4 Dead, right? They all kind of like stand on their own pillar. They're in the same type of thing. Drop in, extract, right? An extraction, different extraction than the DZ stuff, right? This is interesting because I'll be honest with you, I'm getting the vibes of, Back 4 Blood, just by the graphics.
While it's presented akin to a story campaign shooter with cutscenes, plot points, and a lore-dropping man in the chair vaguely modelled after John Carpenter himself, Toxic Commando is clearly designed to be a regular destination for a team of 4 friends who can run through its missions on repeat. Each expedition takes place on a reasonably sized...
Can you play solo? Can you change the difficulty levels? Because the things that you could do in Left 4 Dead, you could change the difficulty levels. You could run solo through it if you wanted to. Deep Rock Galactic, you can play solo and change the difficulty levels. And Helldivers, you can change the difficulty levels and you can play solo. Right? Like, meaning you can play solo. You don't need multiple people to complete something. There's like doors and stuff in Helldivers that you need a buddy. But everything in the game you can do by yourself. Although it would be harder. Can you do that with this game, or do you need 4 players?
Open map, dotted with a handful of optional objectives and loot caches alongside the quest's main goals. With no ticking timer or shrinking circle, you can take your time collecting everything, scour every point of interest, and generally mess around with your pals before pushing onwards to the mission's finale. It's surprisingly
Sounds good.
leisurely, at least until the Horde applies the pressure.
Yes, but you get bots. Oh, so you can't do solo. So the bots, so that the other players are bots if you're playing solo. Okay. All right.
Developed by Saber Interactive, Toxic Commando is built on the studio's now signature Horde technology that renders hundreds of sprinting zombies
This is the same technology they had in World War Z, right?
simultaneously, allowing for enemies to clamber up walls like a reverse waterfall of rotting flesh. In many ways, Toxic Commando feels like a successor to the game where this tech originated, World War Z.
Thank you, video, for answering my question. I appreciate that.
And even features near identical mechanics. During frequent hold-the-line defense objectives, you mow down incoming enemies with the same array of in-place machine guns, mortars, and electrified grids. It's just that this time around, it's all rendered with a gloriously gross horror aesthetic. Who wants zombies to look like humans when they can look like lamp-eyed freaks from the Death Dimension?
Again, I'm kind of over the zombie thing, but it does look like you could have fun with friends. Oh, and the bots aren't stupid. Well, that's good to know.
Watch out for the stalker.
Those freaks burst and break when they're introduced to the hot lead dispensed by a very healthy arsenal. They're all based on real-world guns, aside from the wildly powerful railgun, which scatters foes like bowling pins, and divided up into your regular groups of shotguns, SMGs, sniper rifles, and other formats not beginning with S. Saving them from feeling utterly ordinary is how they fire with the exaggerated bravado of an ultra-violent B-movie. All sputtering muzzles, wide bullet spread, and explosive impacts. Legs are severed, rib cages torn open, and brains pinwheel out of busted skulls. It's all as squelchy and sinewy as you'd hope from a game associated with the director of The Thing. Your choice of loadout defines the combat experience much more than the 4 character classes, which feel like minor augmentations to standard FPS action rather than crucial battlefield roles. Each is defined by a single special ability. The operator uses a drone that automatically bombards enemies for a few seconds, the strike can unleash a barrage of enemy blasts, the medic has an area of effect heal, and the defender can put up a damage absorbing barrier. At least during my sample hours of play, these abilities came in handy during a pinch, but did little to direct how I
Why did they make them powers? And not just, do you know what I mean? I don't know.
played. Perhaps filling out the skill tree will give each class stronger definition, but right now...
Oh boy, what is this? All right, I'm gonna ask. Some of you guys said you play this, or Salty said you play this. Is the skill tree? Is this doing what Back 4 Blood did, where they hammered you just so you can unlock it again in a skill tree instead of just dropping you in and having fun? Do you know what I mean?
It seems like the regular shooting is the main event. Mowing down...
Let me back up here.
To direct how I played. Perhaps filling out the skill tree will give each class stronger definition.
Okay, let me see if it says a little thing. Man's best friend. The drone can help incapacitate aliens' recovery. Return skill point. Okay, highlight another one. A drone can generate vehicles and other equipment instead of the operator.
Right now, it seems like the regular shooting is the main event. Mowing down a lot of zombies is the crux of Toxic Commando's objectives. Sometimes that'll involve the genre trademark Special Infected that largely work exactly as...
How many different mission types are there? Is there like 5 to 7? Or is there more than that?
Left 4 Dead dictated. Sticky ones that grab you, tanky ones that charge at you, and gross ones that spit at you. Elsewhere, you'll need to unload belts worth of ammunition into a tangled mess of tentacles, or use demolition charges to blow some kind of growth to smithereens. It's mostly by the numbers co-op shooter fare, but across the few missions I've played, there is the odd one that shines brighter. One quest sees the map covered by a fortnight-ish life-sapping storm, and the only way to navigate between the shielded pockets of safety is to drive an ambulance that can trickle heal those sitting inside it. It's a really coherent meshing of environment, situation, and equipment design. Regardless of if the mission requires one or not, vehicles are a significant...
Salty says it's replayability of grinding the same levels like Space Marines 2 does. I didn't play that, so I don't really know. So, I guess what I'm saying or asking Salty is there enough variety in what you have? Right now, since Space Marine 2 came out, they've added more missions, right? But they had like five missions in the beginning, and now they have like 9 missions, right? So my question is, obviously, live service game, right? They're going to add more stuff as it comes out, or is it done when it comes out? Because the problem I see here with a game like this is the variety of the characters that you're shooting. Even though Left 4 Dead is what it was back in the day, and you're only shooting zombies, and there was like 5 or 7 characters of zombies. What's different now in like a Helldivers is that we have different races that you're shooting, so it varies, right? It varies, and there's different missions to kind of blur your I'm doing the exact same thing, because you might pick a mission. Yeah, I have to disarm the bomb, but then I have to do the flag, then I have to refuel, and then there's like 15, 20 different missions that you're doing in that game, where this is like, okay, get this car from point A to point B. And then the second thing is, wipe the house, or find the survivor. And there's like 4 or 5 things on the 3 maps. Is that going to get really repetitive? Kingard says, I recognize the guy's voice. He's a guy who also came out with the recent Resident Evil 5 is too racist to remake article that made him go private on Twitter. Interesting, Kingard.
To Toxic Commando as it's zombies and guns. The spaced out objectives and open nature of the maps mean you'll need some kind of wheels to effectively cover ground, especially as that ground is so often practically carpeted by the undead. Cars like the Armored Maverick are good for both protection and doubling as a battering ram. You'll just need to occasionally deal with the zombies who clamber aboard, like particularly diseased monkeys at the safari. All vehicles have a special ability, such as the ambulance's healing aura or the Thunder Pickup's flamethrower, but it's the winch attached to all but the family sedans that really makes a difference.
So it is like SnowRunners.
Essentially a grapple hook that can be fired into a variety of anchor points. It can be used to rip gates off their hinges, bust open treasure containers, and pull your vehicle up slippy inclines. You see, the Sludge God, in his infinite sticky wisdom, has covered each map in great big stretches of gloop, and so without a Mudrunner light approach, you'll be spinning tyres and going nowhere. There is admittedly very little new or experimental in Toxic Commando, but what's here is genuinely good fun. It's a more open take on Left 4 Dead's horde-filled adventures, fueled by the same arcane evil feel.
I have a question, chat. Do you think Left 4 Dead was good because it was more linear, or do you think if they made a Left 4 Dead where it was open world, it would be a better game? Would an open world Left 4 Dead be better than Left 4 Dead? I don't know, man. It's hard to say, but I think an open world Left 4 Dead is a worse game than Left 4 Dead very linear, get from point A to point B. Kingard says, yeah, I'm not trying to derail or anything. I'm just saying I trust this guy's opinion about as far as I could throw him. No, I'm not looking at this guy's opinion at all, Kingard. I'm just literally watching this video just to see what the game is. Like, looking at what the game is. I'm trying to give it the smell test myself, you know?
That's made Call of Duty's Zombies mode feel so aesthetically solid. There are some issues that threaten the fun though. Every mission I played felt like it had the wind kicked out of it by the final stretch, thanks to dwindling resources. Health kits are in short supply, ammunition can get a little tricky, and spare parts, a currency that unlocks special weapons and defensive structures, can only be found in a limited number of loot caches. By the end of a mission, it can feel like the odds are really against you. And while I appreciate the need to ratchet tension and create a challenge spike in the final objective, in a game where zombies arrive by the truckful, restocking ammo only to find you've been given a single magazine does feel a bit unbalanced. I was having a lot more fun during the earlier minutes, when bullets were plentiful and the blood spilled like wine, so I'm not sure if the flow and tone really mesh with the current resource levels. The more concerning thing though is progression. All weapons have individual XP bars and must be leveled up to particular milestones to unlock different modifications.
I'm okay with this, right? I'm okay, like, more proficient in the weapon. As you level up, you can unlock different, scopes or, I'm not okay with the skill tree in a game like this, where all of a sudden your ability of the radar detector, I don't know, like use a shotgun, and the more you use the shotgun, level 3, now you can get a more bullets or whatever stuff like that. I don't know.
When you unlock a mod, you then need to spend a currency to actually fit it to the weapon, and each one costs several thousand. I can't help but look at the entire armory and envision the hundreds and hundreds of hours I'd need to sink into Toxic Commando to achieve a decent
I'm sorry, did he say hundreds of hours?
fit it to the weapon, and each one costs several thousand. I can't help but look at the entire armory and envision the hundreds and hundreds of hours I'd need to sink into Toxic Commando to achieve a decently functioning varied loadout. It's the sort of system that funnels you into picking a single favourite, rather than encouraging you to constantly switch between missions. This, combined with the trio of different currencies and palette swap character skins, has me a little suspicious that the sludge of live service has tainted something I've otherwise had a pretty good blast with. But these grindy woes can also be found in Saber's Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, and they didn't stop it from being one of my favourite.
All right, hold on a second.
Live service has tainted something I've otherwise had a pretty good blast with. But these grindy woes can also be found in Saber's Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, and they didn't stop it from being one of my favourite games of 2024. That's not to say I'm expecting John Carpenter's Toxic Commando to have anywhere near the same impact Space Marine had. But, provided the full game has a solid range of missions that genuinely prove replayable, I do think the strong shooting and entertaining enemies have a decent enough chance to secure it a home among friendship groups who'll happily rewatch gloopy 80s horror over and over until the VHS wears out. Whether they'll ever unlock the attachments they want for their favourite weapons, well, we'll have to wait to find that one out.
I guess we'll see. For some reason, and it's just more of a gut feeling than anything else. Now, Salty, you said you played it, and you said it's pretty good. Right? But a gut inside me says this will get boring really fast just because of what it is. Maybe it's the tone. Maybe it's the setting. Okay, like something different like Helldivers, or even though Deep Rock Galactic, you're shooting the same bugs over and over, there's variation of the places you're going, the resources you're going for. There's reasons to... I don't know. Could be the exact same as that. It could be the exact same as Helldivers. But for some reason, this feels very... It feels like it's going to be lackluster when it comes out. It's going to feel like Space Marines, like you guys are saying, like, oh, man, it's awesome, it's fun. But I feel like the game's not going to be out for a year and a half. What I mean by that is it launches, and then you have the 5 missions in the game, and you're going to be playing hundreds of hours of those 5 missions, and then 3 months later they add the 6th mission, and then 3 months later they add the 7th mission, and then you're only doing the 6th mission, and you're only doing the 7th mission, and you're like, I'm kind of done with this. That's what I feel like it is. But, you know. Let's see. Waterbear says, I'm grabbing the Beast day 1. Kingard says, Travis says, the Kingard, I have been showing it to 30 any chance I get. I love the way that it's also doing it like the Castor Woods video stuff. What's the Beast? Beast looks sweet. They use the same formula. It's a saber so grind. So it is like Space Marines then. If it's like Space Marines, then it'll be fun. The difference between Space Marines, Water, and this, the Toxic Avengers, or Crusaders, whatever, or Commandos, sorry, Jesus Christ, is that Warhammer is a huge fucking IP. John Carpenter's Toxic Commandos is not. People will fantasize about being a Space Marine and play that over and over and over and over and over and be okay with it because their fantasy of being a fucking Space Marine. You understand? That's completely different than what this is. Kingard says this gives me FBC Firebreaker PST. I love PvE co-op. I think it's just become a new co-op. Or a new cop-out, sorry. Yeah, I think we're going to get a lot of stuff like this, especially since Helldivers is so successful. I think a lot of people are coming out with games. They're going to try to re-grab that recipe. Sarge says a skill tree in this game is just there to keep you engagement, so you can got to grind to get better weapons, engagement. Good game, right? It might be a good game. I just think it's a shallow game in the beginning. It's a shallow game in the beginning, And it makes it more depth because of the skill tree and leveling the guns, but it's a shallow game disguised as a deep, rich game. Takes 200 hours to level up a gun, only to realize that it's awful when you fully level it up and you have to start over with another gun, or they add another gun and you have to buy that and grind again. I'm okay with that, Roic, if the loop is fun. If the loop is fun and it makes you feel like it's a fun game, cool. But a lot of this stuff, Back for Blood, Toxic Commando, and many other games, they look awesome. Visually, they look good. But when you look into it, the layers are not there. And they make it grindy just to keep you engaged, as Sarge is saying, instead of actually just making a fun game. Like, it's fun, but it's fun in short bursts, not in, 50, 60 hours. You're like, it's the same. And you could say Helldivers is the same. Helldivers is the same. Some people play the Helldivers and be like, I'm good. It's the same stuff, right? If you're only playing the bugs, if you're only playing the automatons, right? But there's so much variety in different places between doing the same thing but on a different location, right? Like 10 missions on the same planet would get mundane fast, but 10 of the same missions on 25 different biomes, and then there's rain, fire tornadoes, earthquakes, meteor showers. It changes what you're doing and changes the thing that you're doing. There's a difference. Salty says, I like Space Marines. You can grind for a few hours and be done for the day and come back whenever, unless you're a no-lifer. Left 4 Dead was a diamond in the rough. Not a AAA God game. It was definition of make a game, sell a game. It was so good. It was so simplistic and so good. Eclipse says that, the reviewer said he only played 3 hours and he got bored, so yeah, I'll wait for this to come to Game Pass. I'll wait for it to come to Game Pass. And it will come to Game Pass. Oh, it will. Because live service games like this, the base game will come to Game Pass and the expansions and stuff will be purchased. 100%. Do we know when this comes out? Did they say when it comes out? Travis says, just admit it's because you're tired of zombies. It's okay. We're all friends here. No, it's exactly what I just said it was, Travis. Not something that you're telling me that I think it is. It's exactly what it is. If Left 4 Dead 3 came out, I would buy it and play it because I know what Left 4 Dead is. What I just watched from there, I'm not sold on it from day one. And that's exactly right. We are friends here. Hence why I don't bullshit you. And I tell you exactly why I like something or don't like something. Salty says, yes, Helldivers 2 gives you the more variety. Space Marines gives you the fantasy, and Toxic Commando does that for horde shooter fans. And if you dig that formula, you'll love this. Yeah, I think you're right. I just don't think it's going to sell very well. If it comes out, let's say, early 2026, it'll be on Game Pass by this time next year. This looks like a better Left 4 Dead to me. Boy. It's nothing like Left 4 Dead. Nothing like Left 4 Dead. It wishes it was Left 4 Dead. It's trying to recapture what Left 4 Dead was, but overcomplicating it. It's trying to recapture what Left 4 Dead did and left that gaping hole. I would rather, okay, we just talked about the other guy, Mike Booth, who made Left 4 Dead. I would rather try his new game out because I think he understands what the magic is, that what Left 4 Dead was. Where this game tries to make it more complicated because they're like, oh, we're gonna make it better than Left 4 Dead. But doing so, they're not making it better than Left 4 Dead. They're making it worse than Left 4 Dead. Right? Let me go back. Let me go back to what Mike Booth said. This is all you need. Right here. Teamwork, tension, and replayability. Teamwork, just simplistic form, working together. Not having like special abilities or anything like that. There was no special abilities in Left 4 Dead. Tension. There's moments as you're going through Left 4 Dead where you hear the ooh, right? And then all of a sudden you know the horde's coming. It builds that tension up. Right? And as you're going through the scenes, Act 1, 2, and 3 to complete the movie, it's building that tension up, leading to the culmination of the extraction and how much stuff is happening. Okay? And then the replayability. They put like 7 movies in the game, and it was different every time you went through it because it wasn't the exact same. Pieces were in different places and stuff like that. Simplistic. There was no skill trees. There wasn't any of that stuff. It was just hop on, play the game, move on with your life. Yeah, exactly, Luke. It was like Back 4 Blood, where you add a card that makes you walk slower. Yeah, no, they forced you. They made you walk slower, and then you had to use this card so you could walk 10% faster. Instead of just leaving the people what they were and not adding a card like that, they're like, no, let's slow them down, but then let's let them make them grind to get this certain thing, get to a certain level so they can walk 10% faster. Shadow drop on Halloween if you give a damn. If not, April next year. For no good reason. Eclipse says Left 4 Dead was all about being in the mission for 10 minutes. This does not look like that. No, this looks like constantly do it, upgrade your stuff, and you get that much closer. Now you could be in a mission for a half hour easy with that, with the other points of interest before tackling the main story mission. Let's see. And I know people, sorry to say, Mr. Luke, your awesome edition, right? It was awesome edition. People are saying, oh, Back 4 Blood was awesome. Back 4 Blood was awesome. If it was so good, where is it now? Where is it now? No one plays it. No one plays it by the masses because they made it something so simplistic, too complicated. For no reason. Sarge says, you having a Molotov was an ability. Yeah, you found it. Like, you found the Molotov. You picked it up. It wasn't, did you pick the guy who has the Molotovs? Only this guy can use the Molotovs? Only this guy can heal. Right? You see what I'm saying? There's a healer class in this game instead of everyone can heal. Hey, guys, down. Let me pick you up. Here's the bandages. Hold still. Kingard says, I wonder if the Left 4 Dead 2's Steam account is today. I feel like they also balance teamwork, replayability, and tension all extremely well without sacrificing immersion. The atmosphere is incredible. Yeah, it's so good. Let me see. I doubt Left 4 Dead has a lot of people playing. We got Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead. I mean, all time, it was remember, this game came out way before Steam was even created. So in 2012, it was the all-time peak of 2,333 people. Left 4 Dead, right, was out before this as well. And this one had 161,590 all-time peak just on Steam. I never even played it on Steam. I played it on the Xbox 360. I remember when it dropped, I was like, what is this? It showed up on the store, and I was like, I bought it day one without any questions. I saw it. I was like, this is cool. Called up Sarge, like, download this game now. Right? Bought it. Mr. Luke says, Left 4 Dead was your family weekend game with my ex-oldies lad mate doing the speed runs or pistols only. Yeah, so good. So good. There's 22,000 people playing this game right now. Right now, 22,000 people. Hold on. Let me see something. There is way more people playing Left 4 Dead in the last hour than Back 4 Blood. You understand the difference when you give it the smell test, as I say, when you look at it with your eyes or the visual test and you see what it is and you're like, oh yeah, Back 4 Blood is just like Left 4 Dead. Yeah. Doesn't look anything like it. I'm sure Toxic Commando will be a fun game. People like playing games. But they will get over that real fast. What was it? What year did it come out? Was it 2006? When did it come out? 8? November 17th, 2008. And the second one came out in 2009, right? Or 2 years later? No, the following year, 2009. What's Space Marine 2 app? All right, give me a second. Space Marine 2 right now. That's 7,753. 186,000 all-time peak. Right? Oh, it's Space. Yeah, Warhammer Space Marine 2, right? That's the one that just came out? Yeah. Yeah. So which one was better in your opinion, 30? In your younger days with friends, GoldenEye and 64 or Left 4 Dead? Two completely different games. Right? GoldenEye was great for what it was, but you're going against each other. Right? I would compare GoldenEye with like Halo back in the day. Left 4 Dead is a completely different experience, and I would say Left 4 Dead was a better experience. There was always so much fun to have in Left 4 Dead. GoldenEye was fun. I used to love taking it and going to people's houses and having LAN parties and stuff like that. Kinger says, I think the big disconnect between Left 4 Dead and the current PvE games is Left 4 Dead did not get developers solely with retention in mind. The experience came first. Yeah. It's the pure definition of what I always say, Kinger, make a game, sell a game. It's the pure example of just make the game and sell the game. It wasn't like, how do we make Left 4 Dead where people engage a little longer, right? They could have added a skill tree. They could have added all that stuff. I mean, it was early on, so it wasn't necessary to be that like that back then. Eclipse says, I don't know how many times I've bought Left 4 Dead 2, just because it goes for $1. I will give it to people. No, I mean, which would you have more fun with when you had friends over? Still Left 4 Dead. Still Left 4 Dead. Because the enjoyment was, and here's the way I'll describe it to you, Water. If I'm a player and I'm better, let's say I play with my son, right? Like right now we play Fortnite every once in a while. And it's pretty evenly matched. Like he'll kill me, I'll kill him. But that gets boring really fast. Right? We go into one of those game modes. We're in a city. There's like 4 or 5 of us playing, and we're like shooting each other. That gets boring really fast. But if we're playing Helldivers, me and my son would play for like 2-3 hours straight. Because it's us versus them, and them is the NPCs. If I murder my son over and over and over in a PvP game, or he murders me, I'm gonna be like, I'm done with this, because it's only as fun as what's happening, and if he's owning me, it's only fun for one side. Travis says, I think that the question at the end of the day, is it fun? The game is fun. It will retain people. If not, it won't. But it's not as simplistic as that, Travis. Anyone can have fun. Someone can have fun with a stick and hoop. Someone can have fun literally with shit, right? They're like, hey, pick up a piece of shit, hard shit, and chuck it like a rock, right? They're like, oh, man, I'm having fun. But the retention of that is a lot less than someone that's actually doing something that doesn't get boring in 5 seconds. Eclipse says, I think most people that have fun with those types of games eventually become competitors in the game. I don't know. I don't want to give. I don't want. I'm not giving shit to Toxic Commando. I'm just saying that I'm sure it's fun, but it reminds me more of Back 4 Blood than Left 4 Dead. Again, Space Marines 2 works well because of Space Marines. Right? If you take that same game, Space Marines 2, and call it Space Warrior, does it do as well? Will people wait for it to be done in 18 months? It better have a really good fucking loop. Roix says, a good sign that the game is fun is that you lose a time when you're also playing it. Like when you look up, and it's been 4 hours, it only seems like 10 minutes. Z says, I just had some serious fun with some shit earlier today. 60s are rough. If you're playing through a level and you're saying when goes to be over, it's going to be over, you might as well just play something else. But I think that statement right there, Roic, is very different for different people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's as black and white as I'm having fun, 4 hours passed. Like, something new, I think time will pass. Right? If a brand new game comes out and you're playing it all weekend, cool. And then after the weekend, you're like, eh. There's a difference between jumping in a game and having 40 hours in a week and then playing a game and you have 10 hours in a weekend and you're done. Waterbear says, that's how I feel when I'm playing Path of Exile 2. Time passes so fast when I'm playing. Waterbear says, I just put on a music playlist and grind. Did you add Always Online to your playlist, Water? Because you can. Product placement. Little plug for myself. The new song is out right now over on Amazon Music, Spotify, and all major platforms. Not on YouTube Music yet, but it'll be there hopefully sometime this week. All right? Always Online. New song. Go check it out. Travis says, I just looked at Space Marines 2. It's 200 hours and another 100 hours. I can realize it's bad. That's right. It'll be right up there with Fallout for you. Z says, when you forget to eat dinner, that's the perfect game. Yeah. Yeah. Just one more. Just one more. 4 hours later. Just one more. That's what I'm doing right now with Helldivers. Just one more. The other night, 2 nights ago, I was playing with 2 buddies of mine. Actually, Sarge and 2 other guys, right? It was like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I went, all right, guys, I got to go. And they're like, all right, I'll see you later. So I left the ship, went back onto my ship, and I went, I just want to do one more run. I went into Trivial and did a little run. 20 minutes later, and it's now 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, and I'm like, all right, I think it's time to go to bed now. I could have played with them, but instead I was like, I'll see you guys later. Left, got back to my own ship, and then went back on another mission. Like, that's a problem. It's because I'm having fun. One more run, like 80s Coke, huh? That's it. It's just like, all right, guys, see you later. I gotta go. I got another Dave Chappelle. You know, I gotta have it. One more, just one more thing. All right, next one. Borderlands 4 roadmap and all future content, free and paid DLCs, new mission bosses, and legendaries and events. If you guys like what I do, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. And also hit that like button. Or you can hit the subscribe button if you'd like to go above and beyond that. Become a member as little as $5. Okay. So once you're done with Borderlands 4 main content, the roadmap shows us what's coming later on. You can see what 2K has planned in terms of DLC and all the extra content coming out for the looter shooter. We're seeing roadmaps announced in advance quite regularly. It also gives you an incentive to invest in the game as you know more content is arriving post-launch. Borderlands 4 senses this, and also is why 2K has gone early on with the look at the game's full roadmap and content arriving in 2025 and beyond. If you want to see Borderlands 4's roadmap and future plans, you're also in the right place for fellow Vault Hunters. Upcoming Borderlands 4 content, 2K has indicated the Borderlands 4 roadmap includes free and paid DLC, new story content, fresh gear, skins, bosses, and events, and even much more. To make this more digestible, we've whipped out a quick table so you can also see the individual editions of Borderlands 4 and also the cost you anything. Okay, so here we go. So new Borderlands 4 roadmap content, normal bosses. It's if it's free or paid DLC. So it's paid DLC. It's called the Bounty Pack. So you got normal bosses. Okay, you got cosmetics, which is free DLC. You got the Echo 4 drone skin, paid DLC story pack and bounty pack. You got Echo 4 frame, which is paid DLC story pack and bounty pack. You got invincible bosses, free DLC. You got legendary weapons, free DLC and paid DLC. They're putting legendary weapons behind paid DLC. Come on now. Main missions, paid DLC, story pack, and bounty packs. I'm okay with main missions and stuff like that, but you're putting legendary weapons behind. New regions, paid DLC, story pack. Player skins, paid DLC, bounty pack. Seasonal mini events, Horrors of Kratos' First, free DLC. Side missions, paid DLC, story pack. Ultimate Vault Hunter mode level, free DLC. Vault Card, paid DLC. Vault Hunter, paid DLC, story pack. Vault Hunter Skins, paid DLC, story pack. Vehicles, paid DLC, story bounty pack. Vehicle Skins, paid DLC, story pack. And Weather Variants, free DLC. Borderlands 4 roadmap release window explain. We're not sure when the majority of the new Borderlands 4 content is coming, but the official roadmap indicates that the seasonal mini events begins in October. 2K hasn't revealed the dates of release windows for the majority of the announced roadmap content yet. Will also likely tie into the spooky or kooky nature of Halloween. I also like to say that's also a safe bet that also gets some kind of Christmas-themed Borderlands 4 seasonal event too. The story pack and bounty pack content, which also come with the upgraded Borderlands 4 edition, are currently 2BA. However, I also expect 2K to give us more insight closer to the game's full launch. So stay tuned for gaming and more updates on Borderlands 4 roadmap. In the meantime, I encourage you to check out the Insider Gaming. All right, so that's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of paid DLC. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to make a little prediction. I'll make a little prediction here. Okay, a little prediction. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna put it out there anyway. Okay. Borderlands obviously always comes to Game Pass at a later date. Okay. They're going to make the initial sales for Borderlands because Borderlands fans are going to buy it. No doubt. Okay. That's not crushing on the people that want to play it. Play it, buy it, have fun. Okay. This is coming to Game Pass faster than any other Borderlands in the past. And here's why. There's a lot of paid DLC, which there's always been. But the way they make money is if they give away, right? They know that the fans that like Borderlands, like a Travis, right? Like somebody that's a really huge fan is going to pay the $70, going to pay the $80, going to pay the $90, $100, whatever for that, right? 20% makes 80% of the money, okay? And then it's going to go like this. It's not going to be a thing that keeps rising up with price. Those same people that buy it at $70, $80, $90, $100, $120 are also going to buy, because they bought the $120, they're going to get a lot of the DLC that's already included in that price. Okay? The other people that buy the $70 version, they're going to purchase the DLCs as they come out when they see fit, but they're going to buy it regardless. So they're going to make 80% off of 20% of the people that buy it early. Everybody else is going to wait to play this. And 2K is going to look at this and say, holy shit, we made a lot of sales, but now it's dipped down. How do we keep doing this? Well, we're going to have to give the main game for free. So let's get the money up front from Microsoft. Let's put it on Game Pass. And then obviously they'll go and pay all these DLCs, just like all these other games that come out on Game Pass, like SnowRunners, like Roadcraft. Roadcraft is coming to Game Pass, but they have yearly things and season passes and stuff like that. So if they give the main game away for free, get the money up front, they make that money from Microsoft, and then people play that and go, oh, this is actually fun, and then they buy the DLC packs. So my prediction is that Borderlands 4 will be on Game Pass faster than any game before. Now, Borderlands 3 didn't come out on Game Pass until, 4 or 5 years afterwards? I'm saying the fastest, and I will say maybe within 1 year, it will come out. Maybe within 1 year. That's my prediction. All right, let's see here. Windows says, I can't believe how much content you can also tell it's taking a little things in Destiny, etc. would also be nice if they eventually became MMO type game. New weapons with expansion. Yeah, but this one says legendary weapons. There's free DLC that you get legendary weapons, and then there's paid DLC. It doesn't say what story pack. Like you're saying with weapons with expansions, the expansion is just the legendary weapons is free DLC and paid DLC. Like all this stuff says Echo 4 frame, paid DLC, story pack, and bounty pack. Like they could have put the legendary weapons with the what pack and stuff it comes with. Maybe they don't know. Perhaps. Bear says, aren't weapons the reason you play the game? Yeah. Why the hell would you lock it behind a paywall? Just skins fine, but also the main reason for playing. I think they also kind of worded that the legendary gear is paid DLC. I think that's because there is a story DLC and that. Well, why did they put it behind? Why didn't they say story DLC though? They literally put bounty pack, bounty pack, story bound, bounty pack, story, bounty, story. They didn't put that for legendary weapons. I don't know. I'm only going on what I can see and read. Eclipse says, what? We get weather for free? Nice. Yeah. Eclipse says, how much you bet? How much you want to bet that they also $120 doesn't include all the DLC? I guarantee you, you are a year and you also announce a new DLC that you'll have to pay for. Probably. The bounty packs are like the headhunter packs from Borderlands 2. They definitely screwed up on how they explained it. That's so bad. I don't know. Again, this is insider gaming breaking it down. Now, they made this. It said to make it more digestible, we've whipped out a quick table so you can see the individual additions to Borderlands 4. Individual. So they've said it themselves that this is individual additions to Borderlands 4. So each of these are individual additions. Right? So it could be that this and this obviously are in the same. So the Echo 4 drone skins and the Echo 4 frames could be in one pack itself, and they're in the story pack and bounty pack, right? So let's say normal bosses. So normal bosses, Echo 4 drone skins, Echo 4 frame are all part of the bounty pack. Bounty pack, right? And it's also the story pack as well. Then there's free DLCs that are separate, right? So there's the bounty pack, main missions. So if you buy the bounty pack, which comes with main missions, it comes with normal bosses, it comes with the Echo 4 drone skin, it comes with the frame. That's part of the story pack and bounty pack. The legendary weapons, it doesn't say it's part of that. So I don't know. I'm only reading it as I'm taking it in. It could be part of the DLC. So maybe the legendary weapons are part of one of these packs. It says paid DLC, but it doesn't say which one. Roic says that didn't do a good job, really. GB released a graphic that shows everything that's also $120 includes all the DLC content. I figured the $120 did. That's why I said that, you buy it up front and you have to wait a year to get it. Kyle says, I can see it being free to play a couple years and once all the DLC is out, like what Destiny 2 did. I think the way the industry is going, games are coming out faster and faster. I've said this in the past with Sony's games. I've said day and date will come sooner. Not for live service games, just for their actual games. Going to PC, multi-plat will be faster, and it has been. It went from, 4 years to 2 years to 15 months to 14 months, whatever it is now. And that's going to get shorter, right? Shorter. I think that what Borderlands is doing, Borderlands from when the last one came out to what now, the industry has completely changed. Within 5 years, we've completely changed the landscape of gaming. So Borderlands right now, sure, Borderlands 3 took 5 years to get the Game Pass. I think this Borderlands gets it faster just because the way people play games is different than they played 5 years ago. Less people are buying games today than they did 5 years ago. Right? The genre or the generation that they're trying to market towards are not buying games. Well, how do you get the game? If they're not buying it, how do you get to it? So 20% make the 80%. The hardcore guys, the people that like Borderlands games, they're going to buy it day one. They're going to pre-order it. They're going to buy the higher editions. But how do you get everyone else to play? I think you're going to see this. You're going to see news reports saying Borderlands 4 has got 4 million, 5 million, 6 million people playing it. It looks awesome, blah, blah, blah. And then it's going to drop off a cliff because the rest of everybody else is not playing it. And the people that bought it early either bought the standard game and they might go buy the DLCs when it comes out, or they already bought the $120 edition or $100 edition, and they already got their money up front, right? 20% makes 80%. Everybody else is going to be like, nah, I'm good. And they're like, well, how do we get these people to play the game? Free weekends. They're going to throw it on Game Pass. Something's going to happen because they want people to try the game and then sell you the DLCs. They'll take that money up front. I'm not saying like 6 weeks from now when it comes out, or once it's launched and then 6 weeks later. I'm saying within the first year or at the year mark, we might see Borderlands 4 on Game Pass. Because it's a completely different business model now. Not their business model, just the way the industry is going. Z says they say the games need this because it's expensive to develop. But if it looks like a lot of dev time to create extra stuff, isn't it four characters or even 3 enough for a completing game? I don't know. They keep saying this stuff is. I've said this in the past as well. Z, like if you make a game, and instead of working on it for 3 to 5 years, work on it for 3 years. You work on it for 5 years and release it. But the other 2 years after 3 to 5, you already made the stuff. So when you release year 5 and then the game is done, you've already have the content done, but you don't talk about it. You don't talk about the roadmap. You don't talk about anything. You just release the game that was made in 3 years. You put it out there and then slowly drip feed the other 2 years that you worked on for the DLCs, the expansions. And if it works well in that 5 years, then you're like, oh, cool, it's selling well. We already have a nest egg of stuff to put out for the next 2 years. So why don't we now work on other stuff since it's selling well? But they don't do that. They work on a game for 3 to 5 years release, and they're like, I don't know if it's going to sell. And then they keep going, and it's broke, buggy, unfinished, and they kind of slowly do it, and they keep raising the prices, and they keep putting microtransactions out there. Decided restrictions in Left 4 Dead made for a better game. I just think if you make a game, sell a game. Like, just finish the game, then sell it. And I have no problem with Borderlands doing this. They've always done this with the DLCs and stuff. I'm just saying that the Borderlands 4 doesn't mean it's going to be a shittier game, by the way, in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying, because of the landscape of gaming, I see Borderlands 4 coming onto Game Pass faster than it did in the past. Give me 1 second. Cool. All right, going from that to Luke, what are we playing today? What are we playing today? Here's the next one. We got Ubisoft's projects for 2026, 2027. Insider Gaming leaks Ubisoft's projects for 2026 and 2027. If you guys like what I do here, we just cover news stories, have conversations. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. So Insider Gaming journalist Tom Henderson has seamlessly leaked Ubisoft's internal projects for 2026, 2027. Henderson mentions that Project Alterna, which also a long-rumored Animal Crossing-inspired game from the French company, details of this are very scarce. Project BG and E2, which also guests Beyond Good and Evil 2, still in development, and Henderson notes that it's still very much happening. How in the hell is Beyond Good and Evil 2 still happening? It's been 15 years. 15 years. It'll be 17 years by the time it comes out. There's no way this game makes its money back. Zero chance that this game makes its money back. So they have Project Over is the next mainline Ghost Recon game. They got Project Steamboat, which is Rayman. They got Project Hex, which is the next mainline Assassin's Creed game. They got Project North, a Splinter Cell remake. All right. Well, I'm a little worried about this one. Well, it's funny you say that, Mr. Luke. I tried to purchase it for you this morning. Honest to God. I tried to purchase it, and something went wrong. It said I couldn't give it to you. I tried. Project North, a Splinter Cell remake. Project Blackbird, a new mainline Far Cry game. Project Maverick, a new Far Cry extraction-based shooter. Oh, for fuck's sake. An Far Cry extraction-based shooter? I like how he says it. I have a feeling that this might get canceled. Right? I have a feeling that this might get canceled. I love that they have that in quote in parentheses. Project Rewind, a Prince of Persia remake. We know why they're making remakes, right? Splinter Cell remake, it's cheaper to do. Prince of Persia remake, cheaper to do. Project Eternal, Alteria, a Animal Crossing-esque type game. Project Crest, a World War II extraction-based shooter. Can we please stop with these extraction? I mean, I guess, let's be honest, World War II extraction-based shooter could be something cool. Maybe you're a small group and you have to go behind enemy lines to get a certain like weapon or a hostage and you have to get out. That could be cool. When I say extraction, though, the first thing that goes to my mind is what we know today of an extraction like Ark or Marathon or Tarkov and stuff like that. World War II extraction-based shooter, maybe you don't go for loot, but you're going for like mission-based type of stuff, perhaps. And then Project BGE2, Beyond Good and Evil 2. Yes, I know, but it's still happening. How in the world? First shown. (2017) revealed at Ubisoft's 2017 conference, although no release window, right? 2003, the game was originally announced at Ubisoft's 2008, which almost a decade of silence before being revealed again in 2017. So 2008 is when Beyond Good and Evil 2 was first announced. Like 8 to 18 is 10, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, right, 25. We're at 17 years now. 17 years right now. Beyond Good and Evil 2. Tell me in what world that game makes money. Project Obsidian, Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. That's 3 remakes. And Project Invictus, Assassin's Creed multiplayer. Extraction. I don't know if it's Extraction. Okay. Other future projects beyond 2027 include Division 3, the next mainline The Crew game, the multiple other mainline smaller Assassin's Creed experiences. Ubisoft is also currently developing other small experiences connecting to IPs, including turn-based Rainbow Six game. So there you go. You got 3 remakes, 2 extractions, 2 extraction games, and then basically just, you know, sequels, copying other games, right? Animal Crossing-esque type of game, extraction-based game. Beyond Good and Evil 2, I just don't see how it makes money. By the time it comes out, 18 and 19 years. 18 and 19 years of making this game. Like, bro, you got to sell 100 million copies. You got to sell 100 million copies to make your money back. And maybe it does. Maybe it comes out and it's like Grand Theft Auto 6. People just love it. They're amazing. It's cyberpunk. It's all these other things that people are just like, this is the greatest game ever created. 17 years right now. It's been in development. That makes Skull and Bones look like nothing because I had 10. Maybe it was hit hard by COVID. Beyond Good and Evil 2 needs a break. Sarge says Ubisoft projects include homeless shelter for their own employees. Add a BR2, 30. We need a World War II Hitler tooth extraction game. Where's the BR? That's the mode we all these games? Yeah, that's what it needs. We need a Splinter Cell BR. We need a Far Cry BR. We need a Prince of Persia BR. We need an Animal Crossing-esque type of game BR. Windows says Arc Raiders is the only extraction game I'm looking forward to because they also did such a great job with the beta test. And now listening, and there's also actually having a solo queue, not just a squad only. That's good. That's good. If it's the multiplayer from Assassin's Creed 3, I'm kind of excited for that. I love that multiplayer. Is that the one? I remember playing that game, the multiplayer one. It was good, but I don't know if it's going to be like that. PJ was the pig, 30? PJ? 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 How do you pronounce that? Is it PJ? Or maybe make another deal with another government. Remakes to fund Beyond Good and Evil 2. Page? Yeah, go back to Singapore. Wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny if Beyond Good and Evil 2 was linked to Ukraine? And that's why we're funding it. We're like, we gotta fund Beyond Good and Evil 2. We're like, why are we paying so much money? I know it's a French company, but Ubisoft made a deal and they have to pay Ukraine. The reason Ukraine is getting all the money is so they can make Beyond Good and Evil 2. That's a rabbit hole, huh? Oh, I just closed the thing I was going to look at. All right, where is... This is Young Yaz video. I haven't watched Young Yeah video in like a long time. A long time. The description is in a link down below, or I should say the link. Yeah, the link is in the description down below. This is a Young Yeah video. It's called MSG Delta's Collector's Edition is $200 disgrace. Gets mass ridiculous by the internet. Okay, so here we go. Let me lower this a little bit because it sounds like it's going to be loud.
This is Flaccid Snake. Major, can you hear me?
Is that the toy? Is that a collector's edition thing? What is that?
Who the fuck are you?
It's me, Major. Snake.
Nope. Abort mission.
Wait, what? Major?
When you shell out a couple $100...
Well, he's made good money for himself, huh? Remember when he had this little shit thing behind him? Now look at this wall of expensive busts.
For a collector's edition of a video game, you expect some semblance of quality, right? I mean, you expect that for those couple $100, they will put some love and care into the marquee piece. You know, whether it's a figurine, whether it's a diorama, you name it, whatever the central collectible is, you expect some kind of like care. But that is completely lacking in the Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater Collector's Edition.
Obviously, Young Yeah was younger when he first started, and he's growing up now. But man, has he come a long way? Has he come a long way from when he started on YouTube to what he is now? He's gone full Hollywood now.
Which is so piss poor that it almost takes me back a little bit to the Fallout 76 incident with a canvas bag. So this right here is what was advertised. This is Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eaters Collector's Edition. And this goes for $200. And, you know, at first glance, it seems kind of cool. This little diorama here of Snake, and it's got some patches and the ID here, reminiscent of what you see in the game.
Which is cool. I know he is a voice actor, which all came from because of his YouTube career. You know what I mean? It's really cool that he branched off from doing this to that. Still doing this.
Game, so on and so forth. But, you know, we don't really get a close-up look at what this Snake figurine looks like. From afar, looks like maybe it could be decent quality, but people have started to receive their collector's editions, and the results are ghastly, ladies and gentlemen, ghastly. This is...
Is this a canvas bag situation all over again? Is this the canvas bag from Fallout 76 all over again?
What Snake's figurine looks like. And a lot of people are pretty miffed, as this Reddit user said right here, MGS Delta Collector's Edition is trash. This is what they got. The Snake statue, more than anything, is the real insult.
That is tiny. That's the size of, like, earbud case. Like, what is that?
Look at it.
No, that is not Snake. Stop impersonating him.
That is not Naked Snake. That is Flaccid Snake. And then it gets worse.
Yeah. Like, what is happening here?
Apparently the foliage that is in the final version of this diorama, all this, you know, moss-looking thing right here, it's not actually attached to the diorama. But, this individual, they do minis and stuff, so they had some glue that they could
It says the title sort of says it all. Pros, you get an actual physical game with it. Patch is cool. Cons, Temu made diorama. None of the foliage came with any of that to attach with the diorama. Luckily, I have glue and stuff from the minis. I've made Snake and currently Chuck Norris. Hope nobody buys this after the marketing of scalper prices. Guess it all sticking to a normal edition.
actually use to complete the diorama, so it's not even like a complete finished product. And Snake,
So they didn't even give you the actual diorama. He made that himself. Like, he made this himself.
looks more like, I don't know, Jesus Christ or Chuck Norris. Here's another Reddit user who posted something similar and echoed similar sentiments, saying that the $200 spent on Metal Gear Solid Delta's Collector's Edition is feeling way worse. And you've got some screenshots right here, some photos that highlight the utter travesty.
It looks like Snake is crying because he's like, I suck. It's like this is actually this is a meme. The company gave you something that he looks so shitty looking that you bought this. You paid for this $200. $200.
That this is. I mean, look at the foliage and the way it all looks really cheaply made. The way it all like topples over because there's nothing holding them down.
Somebody in their house in Malaysia got all the pieces and just shoved it together, and they're just like, whatever, as their kids playing in the background. They didn't give a shit. This wasn't made in an actual factory.
Closer look at the foliage in the following photos, like this one right here. And this one is especially egregious. I mean, look at this. This is clearly meant to be stood up, but they didn't even glue that down. It's actually insane. But then you look at Snake himself. You can already see glimpses of the complete lack of detail on this character figurine. But then we actually zoom into his face.
Oh, God. Like, keep buying it. Keep buying it. Keep buying the collector's editions and all this stuff. It'll change. It'll all change. Don't worry, guys. Keep buying the collector's editions. It'll be fine. Look, his mustache is not even fully painted in, man. Like, what are we doing? How many times does the consumer have to get screwed over until you stop buying this shit? Because that's what it is. It's shit.
And look at this amateur paint job. I've seen 10-year-olds put more effort into their artwork than this. I've seen 10-year-olds who can paint better than this. Look at this beard just slapped on here. Like somebody just drew that on with like a Sharpie or some shit. The eyes are all derpy as hell.
That is the worst. His eyeball is painted on the eyelid. Do you see? Can you guys see it? Can you see it? The paint, the iris is painted on the lip of the eye. What the fuck? You deserve this. You deserve this. These are the companies making fun of you directly to your face. Yes, give us your $200, and here you go, because our game needs to cost more, and yet they give you a collector's thing. Minimal viable product. Sarge just said it. Minimal viable product, bro.
Hell, there's some, like, I don't know, residual paint here. Is that supposed to be mud, or is that an accident? I don't even know. It's hard to tell what any of this is. Look at the straps here and the detailing on the clothes, and the way that also looks like it's somebody...
Yeah, look, the shirt is painted on the... Oh, my God. No, that's a shitty paint job.
Just drew it with a Sharpie. You know what this reminds me of? You know, sometimes when you watch an anime and you can tell that the budget just wasn't there, that the animators couldn't take all of the time that they needed to make the animations and the individual frames look good. So you get like slop like this. This is an example from like Dragon Ball Super. It's like that, but Metal Gear Solid 3. It's like the Naked Snake version of that. Here's somebody on Twitter saying, bro, what the fuck is this?
You deserve it. You love the franchise so much. You are the true fan of whatever it is. Doesn't matter if it's Transformers, Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, Metal Gear Solid, Gears of War, Halo, it doesn't matter. They buy the brand. They do the thing like, we already have a base. We already have a base. These are the loyal fans. 20% make 80%. Okay? 20% of the fools give us 80% of the actual profit, and we'll fuck them over. Amazing.
LMFAO. And yeah, what is this? What actually is this? It's so bad. It is unbelievable.
Hey, just was wondering, is this...
I love this when this guy asked this. Is this some April Fool's joke?
an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
And let me tell you, I think this situation is far worse than the Fallout 76 canvas bag situation. You may recall that Fallout 76...
It is the canvas bag. It's the whole canvas bag situation all over again.
76 released this collector's edition called Power Armor Edition, which came with this helmet, it was supposed to come with this canvas bag alongside other goodies. Here's a close-up of the canvas bag and what that was supposed to look like. And what people got instead was this nylon bag, which felt...
Just keep buying it. Just keep buying it. I'm having fun, though. I'm having fun. Gotta support the devs.
significantly lower in quality.
Lawsuits, bro. Lawsuits.
And it was such a controversy that Bethesda had to arrange for a proper canvas bag to be shipped, because this was just straight up false advertisement. People didn't get what they paid for. And then the canvas bag that they shipped looked like this. It wasn't a...
Yeah, but see, Mr. Luke, you're saying, yeah, but they sent out the real bag after I got it, right? And here's the thing. Think about that. They made a shittier version, spent that money on that thing, shipped it out to people to get away with it until someone brought it up and was like, what the fuck is this? Right? And if no one complained about it, you would have never got the actual bag. You see what I'm saying?
Of the high quality that the Power Armor Edition seemed to display, but it was closer enough to the actual product that was advertised that ultimately this is what ended the saga. But this was just an embarrassing moment for Fallout 76, for Bethesda. But at least for the Power Armor Edition, the canvas bag wasn't the showstopper. The showstopper of this collector's edition is the helmet. And admittedly, the helmet was of very high quality. In fact, I still got mine right there. And say what you want about the game. I mean, it's come a long way since launch, admittedly. But at launch, it was a disaster. But that helmet that came with the collector's
Where's the canvas bag? You don't have the canvas bag still? Come on. Real fan.
edition is legit. Whereas with Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater's Collector's Edition, the showstopper is this diorama. So everything about this needed to be high quality. But not only did they fumble things like the foliage, the actual star of the show, Naked Snake, looks freaking like this.
'Cause they don't care. They don't care. Why should I care if I'm a fan if they don't care?
And like this is unacceptable. For $200, this right here is unacceptable. I've seen collector's edition that go for about that much or go for significantly less, and the quality of the showstopper piece for that collector's edition is so much higher. I mean, you look at Death Stranding 2's collector's edition, which looks something like this, and it comes as advertised. The quality...
Or does it?
Quality is as displayed here. In fact, I can show right here. Here's my Blue Sky account where I posted my photo of the Death Stranding 2 Collector's Edition elements. And you can see right here that this statue is incredibly detailed, and Dollman looks exactly like he does in the game. Like, this is all true to life. The craftsmanship here is insanely good, and all of it represents the in-game characters like one-to-one, basically. And this is a package that's just $30 more than Metal Gear Solid Delta's Collector's Edition, and the quality is tenfold in terms of the difference between that diorama and what you get here with the figurine, the Doll Man, the Magellan Man, and the rest of the goodies. $200 for this shit, and this shit...
Like, look at the straps that are on him. Like, they're not even fully colored. Look at this. You see that? This is supposed to be painted. It was probably supposed to be brown, I'll be honest with you, but they just painted it black, and they just didn't give a shit. I'm sure the details here are supposed to be changed as well a little bit. This is overlapping on the green over on his collar. This is covered on his collar as well. This should have stopped there. The collar comes and continues up this direction, and then it should have continued out after that. They didn't care. They just painted over this. They barely painted the fucking thing. Like, this is terrible.
is absolutely unacceptable. But you want to know what adds insult to injury? A good collector's edition of Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater does exist. If you purchased the European and Japanese version,
There's a better version?
of the collector's edition, what you get is something.
Bro. What in the world? What in the world? This looks fucking badass. Look at the detail.
So much cooler. You get this figurine right here, which is so freaking metal and awesome and phenomenal looking. And beyond that, you get this.
Yeah, look. See, this is all black, so it wasn't supposed to be brown, but his knife is not colored.
Awesome vinyl of the original soundtrack. And I'm someone who has a vinyl player, so all of this is working for me. And then in terms of what people got with the final product, it's actually really close.
Yeah, that looks fucking detailed. Like, what are we talking about? Lawsuit.
To what they advertised. In fact, it's damn near perfect to what was original.
Look at the texture. The texture on the shirt, right? It's like tweed. Okay? You've got cuts, the overlapping, the detail, the snake, the fucking headphones that's going into the beer texture. Look at the paint job on this. It's phenomenal.
Originally advertised. This is the statue that somebody took a photo of when they received their European and Japanese collector's edition. And I mean, scrolling through the photos, you can see this is a badass collector's edition. So what happened to the American version of the collector's
So bad.
edition? How they could be
Lawsuit.
so lazy and so low quality with that particular collector's edition when they can accomplish something like this, which looks so awesome. But yeah, not since Fallout 76 have I seen a company fumble their collector's edition this badly, and this is worse. This is so much worse because the headliner of this
It's so bad. It's so bad.
collector's edition, the diorama, and more importantly, Naked Snake, the protagonist, the iconic character, the legend himself, was given this treatment. This collector's edition is an absolute disgrace, and Konami ripped people off by charging $200 for this shit. At the very least, that's one man's take. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on this collector's edition. Have you received yours? What do you think of it? Are you satisfied with your American version of the collector's edition? Or, do you wish that you could get this refunded? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.
Links in the description down below. What does he get on his videos now? I haven't seen a
So
video
this is
from
obviously
him.
not a traditional news.
I haven't seen him in a long time. He hasn't popped up in my feed or anything. He comes out with videos all the time, like daily, almost. I think I was subscribed to him at one point. Maybe, see, I'm not subscribed anymore. That's why I haven't seen him. So YouTube unsubscribed me from him. Awesome. So freaking dumb, man. People, it's a hard for a collector's edition because you see a picture, you're sold that picture, and you're like, that looks good. I want to buy that, right? I don't blame people buying collector's editions, by the way, because you're getting a physical good, right? You're buying something. If I went to the store and bought a statue or bust or whatever, right? Like, you're getting it. And I totally get it. But you get that, and it's like, what the fuck is that? Right? Like, what in the world? Like, you don't know what you're getting until you get it. And then when you get it, you got to make noise. You got to make noise. No, we got the Steam credit card stuff. I'm going to put that in. We'll talk about that tomorrow or Thursday night with Sarge. It's so bad. So you guys were talking about the Beast earlier. What is that? Dying Light? Dying Light the Beast? Is that a an add-on? Is that a what is it? It was supposed to be. They made it into a full game. It was supposed to be a DLC, and they made it into a full game. Got it. It was originally DLC, but it turned into a full game. Yeah, the Beast was supposed to have it been an add-on, but they made it into a separate game, basically a sequel now. They tell us around 50 hours to complete. Jeff Keighley's dad died. That's sad. 77 to cancer. That sucks. These? No, I don't care about that. Game Pass. Microsoft has confirmed that Xbox Game Pass September 2025 Wave 1 lineup and titles. We saw that earlier today. Dying Light, the Beast PC specs revealed. Paramount is officially making a Call of Duty movie. We'll read that later. Oh, shoot. Did I... Which one did I do? Requires credit card. Didn't I just put another one? Oh, I missed the other one I was doing. Which one? Steam. Oh, that's this one. There we go. Yeah, it sucks when stuff like that happens. It's going to happen to all of us, you know. Never easy. Yep, Call of Duty is officially on the way as Paramount strikes a deal. Yeah, everyone's talking about it now. Call of Duty movie coming. Call of Duty movie coming. What do you guys think a Call of Duty movie is going to be like? I feel like it's going to be a mix between like Michael Bay meets Fast and Furious is the way I feel like a Call of Duty movie was going to be. That's what I feel like it's going to be. Oh no, I think they're gonna completely botch it. Water. It needs to be over the top 80s action type movie. That would be good. I don't think they're gonna get that. Rockstar has delisted the Red Dead Redemption 2's companion app. Okay, I don't know what that is, but we'll add that to the list. I didn't even know there was a companion app. What's this? $20 for F1. Well, that's cool. I might have to pick that up for my son. This is pretty cool. I'll share this with you guys. If you guys are like car fans and stuff like that, you get a 6 times 6 cars. See, I don't know if they're random, so you're probably gonna get multiple packs they want you to buy, but limited time, $20 for 6 cars. They're mini pack though. It's mini. They're not big cars or small cars. Sarge says Call of Duty movie equals girl boss woke idiotic men being told what to do in order to save the world. The show Strike Back was the closest thing to live action COD. I would assume you'd get to build them. It would probably be a small little, 174 pieces total. 174 pieces, so that means if there's 6, does that mathematically put in? Hold on. 174 divided by 6. Yeah, it's 29 pieces to make each car. 29 pieces to make each car. Fallout 76 maintenance. Under maintenance, all platforms apply an update. Do we know what the update is? All right, I think that's it. All right. It's 12 o'clock. I'm going to end it there. We'll be back in about an hour, 45 minutes or so, to play some games with Mr. Luke. And then we'll be back tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you guys like the channel, make sure you hit that like button down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe. Like I said, we'll be back in about 40 minutes, 45 minutes over on 30 and Still Gaming to play some video games. And then we'll be back tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, to play some Helldivers expansion. So appreciate that very much. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Patch it, drop it, update again. Welcome to the world that never ends. Run, escape, open doors in no one. Browse a world where grinding was fun. Halo 2 brought online fight. Xbox Live, friends all night. World of Warcraft ruled the land. Raids and guilds, a global band. Guild Wars said no sub, just buy. Fantasy Star Online reached the sky. These 5, Run, escape, Halo 2, Wild Guild Wars. Be it. Always online, patching through time. Living worlds we buy and grind. Seasons turn, the loot rolls in. Every reset we log back in. From pixel towns to battle scenes, where chasing live service dreams. League of Legends, free to play reign. Skins and champs, the money chain. Team Fortress 2 with hats on show. Cosmetic cash flow starts to grow. Destiny promise, 10-year plan. Shared world shooter for every fan. Warframe rising from the dust. Space Ninja grind you learn to trust. Hearthstone cards became a trend. Digital decks with no real end. Always online, patching through time. Living worlds we buy and grind. Events drop, the hype begins. Every update pulls us in. From mobile fights to cosmic scenes. Word chasing live service dreams. Launch squads and payload wars. Seasonal skins unlock the doors. Pokemon Go got us outside, catching mons with AR pride. Fortnite drop, the island's hot. Battle Pass Gold, the juggernaut. PUBG built the BR craze. Winner, winner, gameplay stays. Apex Legends, squad-based flair. Respawn spin kept players there. Always online, patching through time. Living worlds we buy and grind. Seasons roll, the meta spins. Every patch we dive right in. From payload runs to battle scenes. We're chasing live service dreams. Impact got to rise. Anime worlds beneath the skies. Call of Duty, Warzone fight, dropping in each endless night. Final Fantasy second thrives. MMO King, it still survives. Roblox builds with endless play. User worlds lead the way. Marvel Rivals joins the show. Superhero squads all set to go. Always online, patching through time. Living worlds we buy and grind. From raids to drop, from skins to wins. Every era pulls us in. History told in data streams. We're chasing live service dreams.